The ICF Canoe Sprint World Championships are brought to you by the Province of Ontario, the Government of Canada, and Tourism Niagara.
And up next is race 159, the A final of the junior men's K4 1,000 meters.
Well, a really exciting race. Our Canadian boys are in tough in this one. Up in lane number 1, the top of your screen, is the French boat. In lane 2 is the Czech boat. The Germans are in lane 3. Some very powerful paddlers from Hungary are in lane 4. Spain's in lane 5. The Russians are in lane 6. Lane number 7 is Slovakia, and Australia's in lane number 8. But in lane 9 at the bottom of your screen are Team Canada, Marshall Hughes, Pierre-Luc Poulin, Patrick Dan, and Liam O'Brien.
Here are the Canadian boys. They've just done their warm-up. They're getting ready to race. They're the Hungarians, definite favorites in this event. The guys will just be really focused now on their race plan. They've got it nailed down at this point in this regatta. They know exactly what they want to do and when. They're just ready to nail it. See the Australians behind the Canadians. Australia won the Olympic gold last year. They've got a great kayak program that's been growing steadily throughout many years. In fact, it's always been very strong, but just recently they've begun to dominate the fours. So Australia is definitely going to be one of the favorites in this race as well. Here you can see the Spanish K4. They're approaching the boot at the 1,000-meter mark, the A final of this junior men's K4000. It's going to be a very competitive event. Here are the Canadians in lane 9. It's a great lane for racing on this course. They are close to the bottom of the screen. You can see them here, red boat, white jerseys. And as they come through in the home stretch, the last 200 meters, those Canadians will be able to hear their fans, the hometown fans, cheering them on. Now you can see they're just lining up the boats. You want your boat as straight as possible in the boots. These K4s are big, long, and hard to manage.
Okay, pay attention to the bottom of your screen. The Canadians are in the red boat. There are 9 boats in this race, 36 athletes, and 72 blades, and they're going to be fast and furious off the start.
Thank you. Ready, set.
And they are off to a great start. It looks like in the middle, the Russians in lane 6 are out first, but the Canadian crew at the bottom are looking good. Look at how smooth the boat is, right off the line, very connected. I love this boat. I love how these guys paddle. They know what they need to do to get close to a podium. They are going to try to get there.
And the idea behind this boat is you want to have perfect synchronicity, every blade hitting at once. It's like they're all attached to the same string, and as they reach up, you can see the opposite leg using that as leverage and ripping that blade to the water. But here go our Canadian boys, bottom of your screen in the red boat, really hitting it home hard, but in the middle it looks like the Russian crew of Kuzmatikov, Sinyav, Medvedev, and Blinkov are off to a flying start.
Yeah, it's very close in the middle right now. The Russians are very, very strong. Those look like some fast split times. The Russians are a nation of paddlers, much like Canada, very strong in these crew boats. And look, in the red boat with the green jerseys in the middle is Hungary in lane 4, another country with an incredible history and depth in paddle sport. But the Canadians right now are sitting very close to third at about 450 meters into the race. The Canadians are right up there with the rest of the field. It is Hungary, Russia, Spain, and then a line of boats, including Canada, fighting for third, fourth. They're right there.
Well, this is the Russian boat in the white closest to us, but up on top of your screen is the Hungarians moving through.
Hungarians through the halfway mark with about 3/4 of a boat over the Russians, and then behind the Russians are the Spanish crew, and up in lane 2, the Czechs in the blue boat with the blue shirts on. But here we see the Hungarians, a nice, relaxed, calm stroke. They are the leader right now. Very connected Hungarian boat, almost a boat length on the field, but the Canadians down at the bottom of your screen are in touch. They know they need to finish hard and that finish needs to happen soon.
And watch these kids really kick it up. Here's where the fitness becomes important. The big muscles in the back got to be engaged. You can't depend on your arms. It's your back and your shoulders and your legs as leverage to bring it home for the last 300 meters. The lactic acid building up. They're really starting to suck a lot of wind. They've got to dig in deep for the finish.
They're just through the 3/4 mark, approaching the last 200 meters of this race. This is where the pain starts to kick in. It is incredibly painful. Our boys can't see a thing. And at the 200-meter mark, the Hungarians have a full boat on the field. Spain is equal to Russia. Third place is a 3-way tie between the Czechs, the Spanish and the Slovakians. The Canadians are there, though, at the bottom of your screen.
And look at the Aussies in lane number 8 starting to make their move. They're picking them off one by one, but in the middle you can see the Hungarian boat with the green jerseys really picking it up. But look at here in lane number 8, the Australians with the yellow jerseys putting on a finishing kick.
We see it going into the last 60, how dominant this Hungarian crew is. This is a measure of how deep their program is. These junior men have a full boat on the field, and Hungary wins with a boat and a half, but second and third will be too close to tell. It looks like Spain for silver, third between lane 2, the Czech Republic, and lane 6, Russia. Too close to call.
Nice shot of the Hungarians, the winning crew, world champions, U18 guys. Look at that. They couldn't be happier. They came all the way over from Hungary with a purpose, and look what they've done.
Off the start, watch Hungary in the middle, the red boat in the middle of your screen. Look at how strong they are. Look at how connected. Not the first boat out, though. The Russians in the middle and the white with the white shirts. So strong. But the Hungarians, look at this connection halfway through the race. So connected. And right after this point here, they just moved away from the field. They started to gain ground, which is incredible in a K4 race when you're already 3/4 of a boat ahead. But they grew. They had another boat and a half lead over the rest of the field at the finish line. It is just amazing. And it looks like Spain for second and too close to call for third. Maybe the Russians up in lane 6. And here is Paul on the docks with our winners.
I'm here with the Hungarian crew, world champions. How does it feel?
It was so painful. We had to focus at the start, and we did the start at the 400 meters, and it was okay.
When did you know or when did you think you had that race?
Sorry?
When did you think you had the race in the bag?
When we did the start at 400, we are strong at the half of the lane, and it was strong enough, and I hope it will be okay.
Congratulations. Thank you very much.
And the results for race 159, the A final of the K4 Junior Men's 1,000 meters. Hungary with a commanding lead over 3 seconds, but Spain in second and Russia a very close third. A great race.